I just came back from a test drive with that Charger, and I swear to God that parking lot was in the bumper when we took off. Anyway, I have to fix this before I say what I'm fixing to say. Get your ass back in there. Okay. What we're talking about here is that is an S197 Ford Mustang. All right. When that car came out in 2005, it had a 300 horsepower V8, a 4.6 liter. Okay, not a bad little engine, pretty reliable, yada yada yada. It wasn't that powerful, it wasn't that strong. Well, see, Chevrolet didn't have the Camaro going at the moment, so Ford could pretty much do whatever they wanted to because nobody really had any competition. Then you see, the very next year in 2006, Dodge launched the Dodge Charger, and I think the Challenger maybe at the same time, or the Challenger the next year. Anyway, what came under the hood of this car right here? I think it's fair to say that 5.0 Mustang folk possibly owe the 5.0 to the Hemi. Because see, Mustang, they were just cruising along. They carried over the 4.6. They pumped it up a little bit. I think it was 260 horsepower in the new Edge. They pumped it up to 305. And see, when that launched with the 5.7, I think it was like 360 or something like that. The 5.7 was. No, we're not even talking about the 6.1. We're not even going to get to SRT. So for a couple of years, Chargers were eating Mustang lunch, having them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just chewing them up, spitting horses. I mean, we're talking, there ain't been so many horses parts laid out since Godfather 1. You know what I'm saying? So they had to upgrade. And I just got to thinking, makes you think of Fast Five, doesn't it? Or takeovers, drive-bys. I'm a member of Mopar Nation, so don't act like I'm hating on it or whatever. Anyway, it just got me thinking, because these are modern day muscle cars right here, because they don't make these anymore. I mean, you know, obviously they make a version of the 5.0 now and it's more potent than it was then. But what I'm saying is, in 10 years from now, who knows what'll be going on. It's just cool to have these two oldies sitting there by themselves, showing off what they can do. But have you ever thought about that? Is the 5.0 here because of the Hemi? I almost threw Chevrolet in there, but the Camaro didn't come out to 2010, so maybe that did help, but they would have already been developing the 5.0. You see what I'm saying? I really believe that. Anyway, just a little muscle car talk right there. Little Mopar action, little blue over action. Sorry, bow tie. Have a holiday.